Hey everybody, it's Kevin from 3D Printed Props, and today I'm going to light a printer on fire to test out Wham Bam Systems' new The Cloud Personal Printer Sentry. It's supposed to put out flames. I cannot wait to do this. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at this Wham Bam The Cloud, and this thing is a fire protection system for an individual printer. And when I first got the email about this, I was like, this is fascinating. I would need to get one. I need to test it out. Now, we all worry about this. We've got printers going, maybe one or two sometimes. Sometimes if you've got a print farm, 10, 15, who knows? And always in the back of your head, whether you're, like I said, running one printer or 10 printers, is what happens if something goes wrong? We're dealing with temperatures in the hundreds of degrees. We're heating up plastic, which is always very flammable, and we're sometimes left unattended. So, the worst can happen. We don't like to think about it, but it's out there. So I was fascinated when I saw this, and let's go ahead and unbox it actually. This is from Wham Bam, it's called The Cloud, and see what comes in the package. You can see it's pretty small. It's meant to be for one printer, not for multiple printers. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. So right off the bat, we get a little card from Wham Bam, some stickers. So I'll be putting those on some printers. So what do we have here? We've got a piece of 3M Velcro. So I'm assuming it attaches to the printer or to this, near the printer with this piece of Velcro. And then here we have the Wham Bam itself, the Wham Bam The Cloud. And it's got a warning label around it. It says, warning, remove this label before use. That makes sense, or probably hold in whatever there. And it's got the Velcro on the bottom so it can connect. So what are some of the facts about this device, the Cloud? I'm going to have my little piece of paper out here so I make sure I get them all. Now, the key thing with this device is it doesn't go off. It doesn't provide protection if there's just smoke. It needs direct contact with flame. So flame has to be licking this thing, has to be touching this thing for at least 3 seconds for it to explode. And that's right. It has a small explosion that will release the dust. Now, what is it? It is ABC extinguishing powder. So, and it's safe for, it's rated for A, B, C, E, and F fire extinguishers. That's what's, in a regular fire extinguisher. So it's non-toxic, it's going to be okay. Like any dust, you probably don't want to be inhaling it if you don't have to, but it is the same kind of stuff that's used in a standard fire extinguisher. So that's pretty interesting. Now, what else do we have here? It covers 800 by 800 millimeters. So, just not a huge area, but let's say you've got like a printer that's a 400 by 400 bed. So double that. So that's a pretty good area that it will cover. Again, we said it is non-toxic. What else do we have? Now, you're probably wondering, what is going to happen to my printer after this thing goes off? So they're saying that the powder in it can damage the electronics, can damage the PCBs. So if the printer is still usable after the fire, let's say maybe you just got a big glob of plastic on the nozzle and it's caught fire, and just the sort of that area of the gantry is damaged and you can fix it, you still probably want to go in, take the printer, the bottom off the printer, and blow out and maybe wipe off the electronics, because it can damage them. You don't want to just plug this thing in and start using it. Odds are you're not going to anyway because the thing caught fire. Check it out obviously before you turn it on. So this is pretty neat. What we're actually going to do now is we're going to go out in my driveway, not behind the fake wall, because I'm married and my wife would kill me if I started a fire in the house to see if this thing worked. So we are going to go in the driveway and we are going to test this thing out. We're going to see what happens when it goes off, how well it puts out a fire. I'm really, really interested to see just how this thing works. I've seen some of the video on their website, and it is pretty fascinating. Now you might be wondering, what do these come in at? They're $30, $29.95. I don't know if at some point they'll offer, maybe if you buy 5, you get a discount or whatnot. But, let's say you've got, might say, wow, that's a little steep. Well, if you've ever had something catch fire and you had damage to equipment and damage to your home, it's nothing compared to that. So it wouldn't be too bad to have a couple of these around. Let's say, since it's with Velcro, you could actually, let's say you're going to be printing on, your CR10 one day, you could put a piece of Velcro there, Velcro it on, and then maybe the next day you're going to be printing on some other printer, and that printer's done, you could take it off and move it around. So maybe just having a couple of these could really give you that peace of mind. Or if you've got a wife or spouse or a husband who is worried about that, this could help maybe belay their fears. So this is the exciting part. We're going to go outside before it starts snowing. I know you're laughing, but who knows? It could start snowing. And we're going to test this thing out on a printer. That's right. I'm going to light a printer on fire and see how this thing works. Okay, so we're outside because, of course, we don't want to do this inside for 2 reasons. It's going to make quite a bit of a mess, and I'm married and I want to stay that way, so we're going to do it outside. So we've got the Wham Bam, the cloud. Now it has a label on it. Of course, it says remove this before using, so we're going to go ahead and peel this away. And we've got that big Velcro piece right here. Here's the other piece that it comes with. Now, on this ender, it's got a top part, but you'd mount it maybe sideways like this on the top of the frame or something. But I destroyed this printer practically, so I'm going to go ahead and use this for our experiment. We're going to take the Velcro off of this, slap it in here, attach the sentry, so the cloud is attached to that, and it is on there. It's over the bed. Now remember, the flame actually has to touch the bed or touch the cloud for it to go off. So I'm going to raise this up a little bit because I don't want to cause too much of a fire out here, but who knows what'll happen. I don't know. Now I made a little bit of kindling here. It's some cardboard and some filament that I cut up. I'm going to put that right there. And I've got one of these on hand just in case, because you never know. Okay, so I'm a little nervous about this, but we'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to light it, and I'm going to get out of the way. Okay, so we waited till the flame got a little bit higher, but I just didn't have enough fuel in there, so I went ahead and added a few more pieces of cardboard. And then the wind picked up a little bit, and it was starting to touch the unit, and we got results that we were looking for. That was so much louder than I thought it was going to be. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the cloud. It looks like it's made of some type of styrofoam, some type of plastic, of course, so that it will melt. The center thing here definitely looks like it's the charge. So you can see there was an explosion right here. I'm thinking this might be some type of fuse because it was wound in here, and maybe it goes into that, which they are going in there, and that sets it off. But that definitely is the point of impact. And it's really interesting because it's definitely shaped in a way to make it explode this way, because the bottom of this is nothing's even charred on it. It's pretty amazing. But of course, its outside just exploded. And it released almost every bit of the powder, some of it dumping on afterwards, which is good, but a lot of it just being dispersed in the explosion. So there's the insides of this, a pretty neat little device. So wow, the Cloud personal printer Sentry definitely does what it's supposed to do, at least in the test I just did. Of course, be careful when you're using things like this in your own shop. You could see there was quite a large burst of the fire extinguisher dust. It was pretty loud. I was quite surprised. I don't know if you noticed, but the people walking across the street stopped dead. The guy swore, and as he walked by my house, he gave me a seriously dirty look. But it was still pretty cool to see that thing work. I was like blown away. I will be picking a few more of these up just to have in my shop. For that safety. I mean, I can't believe just how fast it put that out. And it'll give me peace of mind, I know. So I am probably going to be picking up a couple more of these. Now, this isn't sponsored by Wham Bam or anything. I saw a promotional email they sent that we all get, and I bought one and tested it out. But if you want to get your own, head over to their website, link in the description below. Pretty neat thing. I really enjoyed doing it. It was probably one of the most fun videos I've done. When do you get to blow something up like that? Very, very cool. Well, we didn't blow anything up, but we could start it on fire. So if you guys like this video, please click like and subscribe. Hit that little bell for notification. This way you'll know when the next one's out, and you can just hop right on and watch it. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Take it easy. Have a great day.